Okay, so moving on, the glue had time to harden. So we got the cord coming in, we have the circuit board, we have everything in there that we need to secure down. So we use the hot glue. We put the heart of the ocean, or la cure de la mer. We have the little drawer that's going to go into the side, and that's actually going to hold a little magnetic piece. And we did the switch, you can hear, ready to go on a little telegraph. So we're pretty much ready now to do the final assembly. So you can see what we got to do. And don't look now, but we're finally at the last page of the book. So we get to the finished model, and look at what we did. All right, so let's go ahead now and do the final assembly, because we're going to have to make sure that it actually works. I don't want to jinx myself, but okay. So the way I put the necklace on, I ran the chain around to the back, and I had to put it in places where there were little dips, because remember, the ship is going to rest on this section. We're going to connect the ship, and then we're going to hot glue it into place. But this would have interfered. So you can see there's a little, like a cradle for the hull. So let's bring the ship out. So we got Titanic, and she's ready to go on her permanent home on the base. You can see we have the alligator clip that's coming out. So why don't we go ahead and we're gonna connect this. I want to make sure we get it lined up. All right, so that's gonna go in this way. That clicks into place. And we can either tuck a little bit up into the ship, or this is going to go down. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the bilge keel as a guide. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So we have the bilge keel that rests along the frame. And because I want to center the ship, I'm going to center the bilge keel, and that should take care of the ship. So why don't we go ahead, and I'm going to put a little bit of the hot glue on this section. So let's see if the gun is ready. A little bit there. I don't want it gooping all over the place. And a little bit there. All right. And again, I want it centered. So let's take a look. Yeah. All right, so that's not all the way down. I don't want to force it. I don't want to break anything. So that's so that's not going to go all the way down. So it's not going to rest flush. Hopefully you can see what I'm talking about. So in order to keep it anchored, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put a little bit of the hot glue in this area. See that? It's got to solidify now. And the way you can tell is it's clear, and then when it cools, it'll get a little bit cloudy. So it's starting to solidify. You can see in there. It's starting to get a little hazy. And once it's all completely hazy, it's going to be solid and it's going to be dry. This side is already, yeah, this side's already cool. It's all set on this side. All right. So right now the ship is on the base. All right. And I think that's everything. I'm not going to put hot glue along the sides where the keels are. I just don't think we need it. And it's not like we're ever going to just go up and pick it up by the ship. So I think we're all set with the glue gun. And I think what we need to do now is we need to put it to the ultimate test. We got to see if it works. So let's take the clip. We'll put that aside now. That's all set. And our model should look like this. Well, it looks a little different because we put the heart of the ocean on our model. But that's what we should have as a finished product. Okay. So we get the little USB. I guess nobody does plugs anymore. So I've got a little block where we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna power it up. Okay, just like that. And we got the little lines of the glue that we need to get rid of. All right. So here's the ultimate test. We push the switch, and let's throw the switch. And she lights up. And the panels are giving me a little bit of an issue. You can see the lights through the panels. So we're going to take our little magnet tool and we're going to take them off. So we got the safe. And I had put an extra magnet to help hold it in place. All right. So we have Cal's safe. We're able to look in and see all the things that Cal put in there. See that little box on top, the white box? That's what held the jewel. And now we can go to the middle panel. And I think I'm having a hard time with this because there's little gaps between where the little chamber meets the hull, and there is a little separation. So when it slides in between, the magnet isn't able to pull it off, so we have to give it a little bit of help. So we have the light that was coming through, and we have the first class suite. And look at, you can see the fireplace and a little clock on it. All right, now we have the grand staircase, and looks to be the same thing. It looks like it's kind of stuck. So we've got the grand staircase, and we have Rose standing on the inside. And I'm going to go ahead and I want to kind of straighten out those columns and those people. All right. And hopefully you can see Rose by the clock. We got their first class suite. We have Cal's safe and I'll take you off the base in a moment, but we have the little drawer. We're going to put that little magnet thing into it. And it's going to be perfectly straight, otherwise it's not going to go in. All right, I'll do that when it's on the level surface. All right. So this is it. This is the finished model. So let's look at the other side of the ship, or the starboard side. Again, you can see the lights through the windows. And what's nice about the metal is you don't have to worry about, well, the light leak at the seams, but when it comes to looking through the windows, you don't have to worry about light leak because it's metal. You can see the back of the base with the ship's wheel. We've got the name Titanic on it. You see the anchors. Now, I'm not going to be able, I'm going to have to plug this in somewhere else, because as soon as I kill the power, none of this stuff is going to work. But I want to be able to power it up and show you. So we'll bring her over to the Enterprise and we'll take a look. We'll look at her in the dark. Okay. So this is the way she looks. Looking at the windows. Yes, she's got a lot of light leak. But you can see all the light leak as well in the promotional video. You can see the lights, the smokestacks are lit. Coming back, you can see the poop deck and the aft well deck. You get the windows, and let's take a look now. We have Cal's safe. Let's take a peek and see what's inside. It's going to let me. Here we are. You got the books. You got the green folder all the way to the left where the drawing is. And then you have the box that had the Heart of the Ocean. Coming over, we have the suite. And yes, I know there are plenty of mistakes in here. Like the chairs are crooked because of all the little parts, and a couple of the little tabs broke off, so I had to actually glue them. So let me see if I can actually zoom in, and we'll take a look at the first class suite. So hopefully you can see the fireplace, if it's gonna give me a hard time. So you can see the mirror above it. We got the mantle clock. We have the roses on either side. You can see the lamps. And I like the way the bulb came through the ceiling to make it look like the fixture. You can see all the wood paneling that was prominent in first class suites on Titanic. You can see the door. And again with the windows. And that mess over there. The chairs, again, they're all off. But hopefully you can tell that those are paintings on a table and on a chair. Those would be the paintings that Rose got, that Cal was complaining about. So it's looking at the ceiling. You can see the bulb is coming through almost to act as a light fixture. So that's Cal and Rose's first class suite. And we come across now to the grand staircase. And we've got Rose standing at the clock on the wall. You can see the other people. I hope you can see the people inside. And I'm going to go through and straighten everything out for my final video on this, because I'm going to do an end of build video still. But I just wanted to show you all these. The idea of this is really cool. I do like it. I just wish it was a little larger. And then we're going up. You can see the promenade deck. Let's see if we can get in there. We're going to the wheelhouse, the bridge. That will be in there, the wheelhouse. And you can see the bridge wings, both port and starboard. And going back, the first smokestack. We got the boat deck, we have the lifeboats. You can see the guy lines holding down the first smokestack. And then we go back and you can see that pipe that goes and ends right in front of the first class grand staircase, the aft grand staircase. And hopefully you can see the little detail on the windows. Coming back, we got the second smokestack. As we go towards the compass platform, or the compass tower, then we go to the third smokestack. You can see again they're all lit up. We got the guy lines. And coming back to the tank house, or the tank room. And then we have the aft grand staircase. And you can see the fourth funnel. Little hand railings going back to the second class entrance. You see the cargo cranes going back to the aft well deck. And I was wondering why they had that light coming through, but now I think it's to light the deck. And then we get the cranes on the poop deck, and then we finally go. You can see the docking port, the aft docking port. And then finally we have the flag at the end. So, all in all, it's finished. The base we had done, and I wanted to make it look a little different. So we had done the heart of the ocean that I had gotten to add to the base. I thought it made a nice little touch, considering that this is for the inspired by James Cameron's Titanic, and I don't know if we're going to be able to see Jack and Rose at the front of the bow, but they're there. And I'll try to, like I said, I'll straighten everything out for one last time to make everything kind of permanent. We'll fix the cranes in their positions. And the last video that we're going to do in the series is I'm going to do an end of build video. So my friends, I thank you so much for watching. I hope you had as much fun watching as I did making this. And if you were curious about this kit, I hope this satisfied your curiosity until my last video on this build. Thank you for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon.